Welcome to the Utah Football Fans Podcast. Please like, subscribe, and share. And as always, go Utes.
Cool guy Gary coming in at ya at Hot 103.1. The Blaze.
Welcome, everybody, to the Utah Football Fans Podcast. And if you're not watching on YouTube, you are missing cool guy Shades Gary. You need like a nickname. Is that what it is?
It's cool guy Gary.
No, it's cool Gary.
No, it's cool guy.
Cool
Okay,
Gary.
I'll take
Cool guy Gary.
Welcome to the Utah Football Fans Podcast. Please like, subscribe, share it with your friends. We're getting really close to football season, so you're going to want to share this with all your friends so everyone gets to watch.
Subscribe,
spread the word, and make sure you look up Thomas Orthodontics, thanks to our sponsor. Look him up at thomasortho.com, and this is your last chance
Got like 1 week left.
to get the $500 off your treatment from Thomas Ortho. So this is it, people. And if you mention the podcast, you also get entered to win a $200 gift certificate to the Red Zone. But this is it. You have till August 1st. So yeah, that's this week.
Pretty good. $200 at the Red Zone will get you like half of a Under Armour hoodie.
Yeah, maybe an Under Armour t-shirt. And that's about it.
Just kidding, Under Armour. Sponsor us.
Yeah. If you would like to sponsor the program, please do get in touch with us. We're also looking at, we want to maybe do a tailgate for Florida, but if you have any food you want to donate, if you know a restaurant,
Or you own a restaurant.
beverages, get in touch with us, Utah Football Fans Podcast at gmail.com or DM us.
We've got the spot. We've got the location. Primo. It's just the logistics
or someone
of the
who
food
does tailgating
and all that
wants
stuff.
to promote their business.
That'd be great. We'll get some Florida fans there. It's going to be there all day Thursday. All day.
Yeah. So get in touch with us.
Just kidding, boss.
Just kidding. Was totally going to be, I'm sick that day.
Totally, yeah.
Totally
COVID
already.
Feel
coming
it coming
on
on
now.
already.
Already sick that day. All right. Are we starting with media days? Or do you have something
Couple things.
first?
Couple things.
Gary has
I'm
things.
just. So for those who don't live in Utah, yesterday was a holiday.
Right.
It's a holiday that commemorates when the LDS pioneers came into the valley in 1847, so it's celebrated. So my daughter had us come over to their house for, a little luncheon and celebration with the kids and water slide and all sorts of stuff. And so I was out in combat with some water balloons.
Squirt guns, water balloons. Yeah.
And the way I remember it is Murphy, the Labradoodle, got in my way.
Sure. That's how you want to remember
That's how
it.
you want to
I
see what
mean,
happened.
that's-
It caused me to catch a toe, lose balance, and fly into the pool. And it's what I guess what I'm getting with this is it's a miracle I'm here tonight because I think I ruined my rotator cuff.
It's a miracle you're
I think I tore my
upright.
ACL, but I'm toughing it out tonight.
There is video evidence of this happening, so we may need to post that on our channels because it was a sight to behold.
Yeah, such coordination.
I don't think Murphy was anywhere near you.
Yeah, he was right there. Look at the video. He was watching it.
We need to see the replay.
Before we get into other stuff, so here's my question. Speaking of Murphy the dog, so did you see where Jordan Addison, got ticketed for going 140?
Yes.
in Vegas.
Gall.
But he says, and we'll take his word for it, that his dog was 6 when he was going 140.
Yeah.
What do you think?
100%. I'm in. If I'm the cop, I'm giving him a police
Say,
escort
you're
from
out.
that
Let's
point.
go. We're going
Let's go.
200.
The two of us. Let's go.
Police escort.
Let's go.
I didn't hear that part.
Yeah.
That's what he said.
That's what the police
That's the
report says.
Police report.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Then I get it. For sure.
Absolutely. They should have given it. Good point.
Yeah.
If your dog is sick, you gotta
You gotta
I'm
go.
going
You gotta
150
go.
I mean,
minimum.
it was like 2 a.m. So
So yeah, anyone who owns a dog
If it was a cat, I wouldn't allow it.
Then that's
But
a dog, yeah, you're gonna floor that thing.
Yeah, especially
and the car he owns, I'm guaranteed he could have gone 200.
Yeah, he was holding back a little bit in that car.
All right, where do you want to go, Brynn? What did you have in mind?
Well, let's talk media days because that just happened last week. So Pac-12 media days.
All right.
I don't know if there was anything that really stood out to you. I don't feel like there was anything surprising that was said. No media deal was announced.
We knew that going in.
Like some people thought was going to maybe happen, but I don't know. We got to touch on some of the things that were said.
All right, but did it give you more confidence in two things, the future of the league and the media deal? They didn't say anything, but did it give you more confidence, didn't change your mind in any way, or actually diminished it after listening to, the commissioner and coaches, Harlan, others?
He said some things that I think he said before, but just Kleofkoff is who I'm talking about in his press conference. But he mentioned it a couple times about that we're in a spot now where our patience is going to pay off. Mm-hmm. And he did reemphasize that, which I hope that's the case.
And Harlan conceded to that.
Yeah, it's kind of seeming like that's where they're at now. So I know as fans, we're wanting them to get it done and just announce it, but it's very much where they're sitting back and letting it all come to them. At least that's what it sounds like. But he mentioned that a couple times, so that's reassuring. He did mention that media deal is going to happen before they even talk about adding any other teams to the league.
Yeah.
Which I thought that clarification was interesting because I don't feel like we've had that for sure said. But he did say that priority one, media deal, we're going to sign that paperwork before we even think about adding anyone else to the league. So those two things are what stood out to me about what he said.
I do like the fact that Harlan, what is he, the chairman of the board of the athletic directors? Is that right? And so he was the spokesman. That. He was on the stage.
Yeah. Basically the spokesman for the athletic directors of the league.
Yeah. Which I think is really neat.
Yeah.
Our athletic director. I heard him interviewed directly by some local guys. I don't know. I liked what I heard. I feel confident, honestly. I know there's always chatter and talk and nobody knows anything. I just feel like, at least right now in the near future, I think things are fine.
Yeah, I think for me it wasn't so much what was said at Pac-12 Media Day. It's what was leading up to Pac-12 Media Day, just because there was the speculation of the media deal, and then it came out that it wasn't. But if you're not following Jim Williams on Twitter, please do. Shout out to Jim. Absolutely dialed in.
Yeah.
I mean, the days leading up, he is just spitting facts, and the guy knows what he's talking about. And he's saying what we've been saying on this. And that's where we get all of our information, by the way.
Oh, so don't tell him that.
But yeah, I mean, we're looking at, there's all these possibilities. And exactly what they said was that our patience is paying off because as this has gone on, more people are throwing their hat in the ring. Mm-hmm. And so there's more options, there's more money, and it is strengthening the league. So I'm not, again, I said this 9 months ago, I'm not worried. We're going to get a media deal. What it looks like, I don't know, obviously. Jim seems to think it's going to look a certain way. Look it up on Twitter. Probably going to echo something along the lines of the Big 12, which makes a lot of sense. And who knows when it'll launch? It's going to be August, September. I don't know. I would think it would be before the season kicks off. I don't think that they would want to. I mean, in the middle of the season, that doesn't make a lot of sense. But who knows? Who knows? Jim probably knows. Jim, what do you say?
Yeah.
Jim knows everything.
The other side, though, the other thing is everyone's talking about the demise of the league. And I'm kind of sick of hearing about it. Here's an angle that I think about. And I can't believe the other ADs and presidents wouldn't be thinking about it. Isn't the idea ultimately you want to get into the playoffs and have a shot at the national championship?
Right.
Okay. So Pac-12 is going to remain a Power 5 league. And now you're going to lose two schools. SC, which is going to battle for that top spot every time, probably with Lincoln Riley. That's reality. And UCLA's on, they've been in the mix. So now they're gone. So if you're looking to get into the playoffs and go to the national championship, you've just taken 2 teams out. So it gives you reality a better shot to make that. Why would you want to go, okay, I'm going to skip and go into, okay, I'd love to go to the Big Ten, but to come out to be the number 1 or 2 teams out of the Big Ten, for instance, that's a tall order.
So I'll ask you this, and this is a conversation I just had with one of my coworkers, shout out, Ryan Anderson, was exactly that, where it's, okay, the playoff is expanding after this season to 12 teams. If you win your conference, you are automatically in. So the last 2 seasons, Utah would have
you get a bye, don't you?
The playoff. It depends on how the seeding works out, but they would have been in the playoff.
Yeah,
back-to-back years. So that is the question. Now, would you rather stay pat and maybe add? Let's just say it's Boise and Fresno, whatever it is. Would you rather do that and stay, or would you rather go to the Big 12? I would love to go to the Big 10. I don't see that. Those are your choices. Big 12, they go to like 16 teams. You're in that part of the country, or stay where you're at, have a better shot at going to the championship, and then the freaking playoff every year. What would you pick?
Well, if the league stayed, I would stay in the Pac-12.
So it's the 10 as it is, and then maybe you add 2 more.
If we stay as a unit, yeah, we're a good league still.
What do you put them on par as far as the league goes? Because you lose USC and UCLA.
Yeah, no doubt
you're not the number 3 conference like we are right now, in my opinion. I think you're ACC material.
I don't know. I don't know how to compare, but all I know is you're still going to have Utah, Oregon, Washington, Oregon State, who's on the rise. Oregon State is on the rise.
Yeah, I know.
I still think the league's going to be really good. So I don't know how to compare it all, but in your question, if the league could stay together with what we have, and the media deal is decent, hey man, for the near future anyway, it gives you a shot.
Yeah, the media deal makes a difference for sure. For me, it's Oregon and Washington. Those are going to be the marquee programs now, which is very unfortunate that it used to be 4, now it's down to 2. That's unfortunate. It doesn't matter who we add. It's not, you can't replace those 2 schools. I understand staying because you got a better chance at the playoff. I would leave. I would go to the Big 12. If it was 3 other schools are going, that's the play.
I'm not saying that
move.
though. That was
the question.
No, the question is, would you rather stay?
If it stays, if the league stays, if the Pac-10, whatever, add 2 teams stays with the exact teams that it is, I'm staying. I'm not going to leave.
Well, yeah. No, you stay. You're not the one team that bails.
Yeah, I thought that was your question.
No, in that case, you stay. I'm just saying, would you rather it stay that way or dissolve? And so,
anyway.
I mean, they did reemphasize that all the teams are committed to staying.
I think they are.
That was said. I hope that's true because they've said that over and over again. It was said at Media Day. I do hope that's true because I'd love to see it stay and continue to be able to build as Pac-10, whatever.
Okay. Anything else on that?
No.
Before I ask this? Okay. Well, 2 things. You put out a clip of me in a recent pod about saying I would rather play an SEC team than play our so-called rivals in state.
Right.
That I said, give me Florida, SEC. I expand that to the Big Ten.
We all agreed with
every year.
Yeah, I'd rather play SEC teams
than the local stuff.
Agreed.
And I stand by that. The interesting thing is you put a poll out on Instagram. What were the results? Were people with me or against me?
88% said SEC.
Duh.
I'm actually surprised it wasn't higher.
Yeah, no, it's almost 9 out of 10 though.
Yeah, I guess those of you who chose in-state, I kind of want to know your reasoning because I can't understand that. I would choose the big games. I guess maybe it's just if you play in-state, you're more likely to win. I don't know.
I don't know. I don't understand.
What is that? Who can? Okay, if you play for a win, I'm not interested in.
I don't
Would
know.
you rather play? I guess that's my whole point. Would you rather play any of these local teams or play Florida?
We already talked about
Okay,
this. Yeah,
that's
Florida.
but that's the point. Or play for a win. No, I would rather play Florida, North Carolina.
I think the people that vote
Tennessee.
the 12% are probably those people that are they have been in that rivalry for the last 80 years. I mean, Exhibit A, but still he changed. But you know what I mean? Like it's just so like the rivalry, it's what it is. It's in state. The day after Thanksgiving, they play the game. Like it's just that mentality. I think those are probably the people that voted in that 12%.
Maybe.
I'm with you. I would. I mean, you can pick almost any team out of the SEC.
Big Ten.
I want to play Big 10 teams.
But
I want to
it's fun
play.
to switch it up.
I want to
too.
play Big 12 teams. I want to play ACC teams. I want to play
I do too.
all these other
I
teams.
like our schedule this year. I know it's tough, but I love
It's
it.
tough.
Yeah, Baylor. We get to play Baylor. I want to play the
Yeah.
teams that get talked about every year, and you hear their names over and over. Those are who I want to
Because
play.
when you beat those teams, the country takes note. When Utah beats Florida this year, the country's going to go, well, come on. They're going to go, okay, Utah's for real. Like, that was a great test. Utah's for, and then they beat Baylor in the second week, and they go, okay, like, this is a team. Versus you play the in-state teams, they go, who gives a crap?
Who's going to Baylor? Any Utah fans? Are you going to Baylor?
Man,
Take your gold bond.
No kidding. Talk about humidity. I mean, we talked so much about humidity last
Gold
year.
Bond, get those little fans. I took
Get
one
the
of those fans to Florida.
Yeah.
Those actually were
Get
great.
the fans. Get the cooling
Cool
towels.
because the game's at like 10 o'clock there. so
my
it's going to be
gosh.
900% humidity.
It's gonna be so hot.
Oh, how? In what is it, Waco?
Yes.
I don't even know where Waco is. Like,
I mean, it's Texas, so it's because we were just talking about this the other day. You were just in Houston. I went to Austin last September and melted away.
just swaths
So,
everywhere.
who's going? I want to know if you're going and how you're preparing.
I talked to a guy on Sunday. Who was it now? They're going.
Really?
I mean, I would like to, but it's not going to happen.
I think it'd be fun.
Be
You go to
fun.
Waco. You go see
It's going to be a tough game.
the Magnolia, the Chip and Joanna. You don't care about that stuff.
No, I could care less. I don't even know what you're talking about.
Yeah, you do.
Other people know what I'm talking about. They've got their whole
Okay, yeah.
their
As long as you come and
farm.
build something for me.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Sponsor.
Sponsor us.
Come build us a new man cave.
Yeah, look, I still have some yellow paper. This is for you, Brendan. You gonna come down on me because I used paper? I said paper too much.
Yeah, he
one
got
time.
mad at you.
Sorry, but there's some paper.
Okay, moving on. Here we go.
Okay. The Pac-12 writers, the media poll. Who's going to win the Pac-12 and first place votes? Thoughts. Okay, who what?
USC,
SC,
Duh.
Washington.
Utah, Oregon State, UCLA,
And then everyone.
I
else.
forgot.
I seem to recall that I said Washington was going to be second, and you said no. There's no way.
I'm surprised. I'm really surprised. If I had to put money, I would have switched Oregon and
I
Washington.
know. I think that's what you said. Obviously, there's no surprises. We all said it was going to be USC. No one is surprised that USC was voted number one. And
Makes it all the better. When
We did get the second most first place votes, though.
we did. USC had like
25.
25. Utah had 6. Washington
I mean,
had
it's-
4, and then it went down from there. But no, there's no surprise. I like the third
I love it.
spot.
That's a good spot.
I like that more than last year where we were picked first. I don't know. I'm more comfortable with being more the underdog. That's just me.
Okay, I'm all for that stuff, but here's where I'm at. So I saw the poll, and I was totally expecting it. Okay, I understand. Okay.
We all get it.
However, the way, the media, the way they act, a bunch of writers, they've already bestowed the championship on USC.
Yeah.
They are the team. They've got Caleb. They got all these guys. They're so good. They're number one. They're going to make the playoff. I mean, why why do we play?
Yeah, why play the season?
Freaking it's already been predetermined. SC's going to win it. Let's just back off. That's the feel I got when it came out. Not I expected it, but then just when I hear people talk about it, it makes me sick.
Okay, but we already, on the last podcast, if you didn't listen to it, go back and listen, because we went through every year who the media picked and who actually ended up winning, and they only got it right.
Under
like
50%.
It was less than half.
If you include
2020, which we didn't, but then it would be 50% if you included 2020. Yeah.
So
but that was a
only
crapshoot.
half.
So half, a little bit less than half. So
okay, here I'm going to make a statement,
and they'll be
people
wrong
will freak
this year.
out. Some people will freak out, but it will not surprise me if USC does not even make the championship game.
Woo!
But let me just also say this. It wouldn't surprise me if none of those top 5 teams make the championship game. It can go any direction. What I'm saying is this foregone conclusion that somehow USC is just going to be so much more dominant. So it's just everyone else playing for the second spot, and then they're going to make it to the championship game and win it. No way. I think they're in a dogfight with the rest of us, and I could see them not making it as much as anybody else.
I think that's true.
I just think there's the parity among these top teams.
I know. I mean, Whittingham in Media Day, in one of his answers, was talking about the strength of the Pac-12 this year, which we have talked about before. And he mentioned how end of last year, half the league was ranked in the top 25 and will likely start this season that way too, when the polls first come out right before the season starts. There's no way someone is going to go undefeated. I don't even know that there's a team that is going to go one loss. I think that's going to be so extremely difficult to do this year.
I don't know. I think that USC has it lined up pretty freaking great.
Well, yeah, their
undefeated
schedule
is going to be challenging. It is because the parity within the league is always. I mean, they cannibalize themselves. But I was just looking at their schedule. I mean, it's a cakewalk.
Okay, they're like 6-0.
So it's win, 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 win.
It's till Notre Dame.
And then it's Notre Dame at Notre Dame. Okay, but Notre Dame, who knows what they're going to be like? I don't
they'll
have
be
a ton
good.
They'll be good. I see USC winning that. But then they go Notre Dame and then Utah, but they get us at their place. That's a huge advantage for them. Let's just be honest.
No, it is.
Right? If that was here, okay. But I'm very nervous about them. Then it's Cal. They get Washington at home. Okay? Their biggest test is not till it's us, and then on the road at Oregon mid-November. So that's a huge game. And then they get UCLA at home. So it's
true. Their schedule is
so it's lined up for them.
Okay, I get it, but I'm not going to give away home games, dude. They got to beat Washington.
Yeah.
They got to beat us. They've got to. Okay, UCLA. Who knows?
They'll beat UCLA. I don't think UCLA is going to be as good.
Do they play? They don't play Oregon State, do they?
They pass on Oregon State.
I'm just saying, man. Last year they came away with some victories.
Oh,
and so this idea they're just going to steamroll everybody.
No,
there's too many good teams. They could lose some games here.
They could easily be 9-3, but I can see them being 12-0.
Okay, so they lose 2 games, but maybe Washington don't lose.
Well, yeah,
loses
at last
2 games
year.
and beats them. Same with Oregon. All I'm saying is
absolutely,
this is a crapshoot, and this idea, I guess, it just goes back to what the media personnel, the way they were crowning USC.
Oh, they were slobbing all over.
No way, man. I'm just saying this could easily go down to a situation like last year.
Yeah, the tiebreakers.
All these tiebreakers, who beat each other, who won whatever, and SC could be out of that.
Well, that's been the Pac-12 for the last 5-6 years, is that everybody kind of beats each other up. And this year, the teams have just elevated, and there's 5-6 teams that have all elevated at the same time. So it's going to just keep happening. It's going to be interesting.
I think you'd be hard pressed to find a better top 6 league. I mean, you look at the Pac-12 top 6. I think that top 6 could go head to head with any top 6 across the country. I mean, in my opinion. Well, I mean, I really do. You can
Georgia.
You have the SEC. You have Georgia,
Alabama.
Tennessee, Alabama, LSU, Texas A&M, who knows? Like, okay, SEC all the time. Big Ten, they've got 4 good teams. The Big 12 has 2, maybe 3. I don't know what TCU is going to look like.
Yeah, they're going to be different.
So TCU is going to be different. Kansas State,
They're down a
Oklahoma,
bit.
Tennessee,
Oklahoma, Texas.
and Texas. So, man, the Pac-12, that top, now the bottom could be ugly, but that top 6 is, I would stack them against anybody.
Let me throw out. Okay. So maybe do we want to look at the let's do this first.
Okay.
Let's look at the preseason all Pac-12 teams.
Okay.
They
yeah,
did the
because that came out.
First and second teams.
Right.
I'm sure you've looked at it. Any thoughts on it? Any surprises? Any disagreements? I mean, I looked at it. I'm not. When you just
Correct
look at
me.
the first and second teams, Utah had what, six guys?
Well,
guys.
and correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't Utah have the most,
They had the most.
defensive on first team?
I believe that's right.
I think that's correct. I can't remember. But
Someone
then,
will
but then you go
correct us
to
if we're wrong.
offense. You go like
Someone will
to
correct me.
USC had more. I mean, a bunch of offense. I mean, I don't know. I'm just saying. Any surprises? Obviously, you don't have. You got first team Caleb, second team Penix. So that leaves out Nix.
You know,
So
Well-
Nix is on the. I'm not even saying the honorable mention.
Well, Whittingham talked about this in one of his answers and saying how the strength of the Pac-12, and he's saying, look, we've got a veteran quarterback who has won the championship the last 2 years in a row, and he's not even an honorable mention. That's how stacked the QBs especially are in the league.
can I just say, I know Penix is good. Is he this good? Mm-hmm. You think so?
I do.
You would take him over Bo Nix on your
Okay,
team?
here's the question.
That's
Okay,
that
so
was tough.
we have college. College is different than the pros.
No, I'm asking
Okay,
your
No, so I'm just
college.
extending this. So, okay, let's consider this. College players, who of those 4 quarterbacks is most ready and you think will play in the NFL and have a long, successful career?
Those are like 3 different
Yeah, okay.
qualifiers. Because those,
Okay,
are,
what do you want?
those might be 3 different answers.
Okay, I'm saying, who do you think's who's an NFL quarterback of those guys? Who would, if you were the NFL team
and I get a pick,
and you're going to pick one of these guys as your QB, give me.
I'm taking Caleb Williams, number 1. And I'm not even thinking twice about it. You don't overthink these things.
I think it's Williams.
I do think about. I'm picking Penix.
You're
man.
out of your. You are
Penix
out
is an NFL freaking quarterback.
of your mind.
Penix can throw the ball.
I love
You're
Penix.
picking Penix over
He can.
Williams?
He is an NFL type QB. He can make all the throws. He's slippery enough to get out of the pocket to throw.
Wow.
And what I've got
this
here
is bold, Gary.
is Caleb Williams. I get it. He's probably going number 1. I
Yeah.
get it all. I'm not, but I'm just saying.
Okay, here's my only. Here's my.
Let me finish. Then I'll let thou speakest.
I'm gonna.
Okay, is that Williams is of the Lincoln Riley tree of Baker Mayfield and the little small guy Kyler Murray in Arizona, and they're all garbage, and they all play the same type of game. Doesn't translate to the NFL. I think Penix and his arm and the way he plays with top-tier receivers, that dude can play. I'd go with Penix for the long term.
Rebuttal?
Hold on, I'm pulling up just a real quick stat.
See,
He's cut out. He
I'm
has
not
to pull up
interested
the
in the stats. I get how good he is in college. I'm talking
okay.
go
no,
to the next
no.
level.
Shh, stop.
Homeboy.
Okay, listen.
It's
what is
his turn now. You
What
have
is
to
your
listen.
biggest thing when it comes to
NFL
QBs
is size.
size?
We've already talked
and blah,
about
blah,
this
blah,
ad nauseum.
and staying healthy. Okay, how many seasons has your boy Penix played? You don't know.
Couple of years.
Okay, he played at Indiana and then he's played here.
Yeah.
You know how many complete seasons he has played?
1.
1.
Well, how
he
many
has
years is it?
hurt the 4 other seasons that he has played. Hurt. 1 complete season. Can he stay healthy this entire year? I don't know. Can he? But your whole thing is, oh, he's not going to, Kyler Murray can't stand up to, he gets hurt. Penix has been hurt every single season he's ever played.
Did I say that? No, everyone just saw this.
No. Okay, so you can draft him. You can draft him.
I'm drafting him.
He'll be hurt by the fourth game.
No, I'm not.
And then I'm going to take...
Throw out the injury thing. Who's ready to play?
No, you can't throw out the injury.
Yeah, you can, because you have no freaking idea.
You can't just throw out the injury. The injury's a part of the game.
Anybody can get injured.
I need popcorn.
Is that
right
why?
now.
Is that?
I need some like.
I'm talking about who's a player.
No, you have to look at this as if I am building a franchise and I'm building.
Can we
a
hear
team,
Brynn?
She doesn't care. If you're building a team, and you have to look at all the factors. Okay, I understand it. The dude can throw the ball. I'm not saying that. He can throw the ball, but
He throws like an NFL QB. He plays like an NFL QB.
But can he throw the ball when he's hurt on the sideline?
Oh my gosh.
No.
Can Caleb?
Yeah, Caleb Williams can.
Can he hurt when
he can still throw
pulls
the ball
a hammy?
when he pulls a hamstring? He can still throw for three.
No, he gets picked off.
He can still run when he pulls a hamstring.
Backed off the
as we
injury
saw.
thing. We have no idea. I'm talking about the skill.
I'm still taking Caleb Williams.
Okay, fine.
Okay, here's the question then.
I am vomiting up.
I know
how
this
many
is
Not me, baby.
This is shocking. I really am shocked that you would choose it. Okay, so
I'm not saying
you would choose. So draft, you would choose Penix. You would choose Williams. Who's going to have the longer career?
Penix.
Really?
You are out of your freaking mind tonight.
Yeah. What? Where's your cup? What did you drink tonight?
According to what?
All right, let's
You
move on.
hadn't even heard of the guy until last year.
It's Penix, believe me.
Oh.
Believe me. People, trust me.
When
you
Penix
wait, man.
washes out in 3 years, and
No.
God, all the comments we're gonna get this week, it's all.
I might even take Bo Nix before I take Penix.
Oh, okay. Now you're out of your mind.
No.
Okay,
Nix-
see, now you think I'm a crazy nut job.
Penix.
You're going to take
I said
Nix
maybe
over? We're talking NFL.
I understand that.
Oh, Nix is like Taysom Hill.
Okay, move on because you gotta stop. What?
Well, I'm going to ask. What about Cam? NFL? Does he have a career?
No.
I think he's got I think he'll stick in the NFL for a while.
Really?
Starting quarterback, I don't know, but there's a spot for that dude on a roster.
I say makes the NFL. I don't think he's going to be the starter. I think he's going to be on rosters for years. Just the way he is, his leadership, his mentality, he can withstand injuries. It's just the way he plays. Guys, teams want that type of a guy, and he can be a great backup.
That's true.
Great backup.
I think he's going to be in the league, man.
He's so underrated.
He absolutely is.
I mean, honestly, if you stuck
Look at
him
his
on another
stats.
team.
I mean, his QBR every year is higher than like every other guy. I loved seeing the footage of Cam at Media Day. And if you watch some of the behind the scenes stuff, Utah football put it out today. Like I love Cam. I love his energy. He's such a positive dude. He just seems happy all the time.
No, he's a perfect fit for our culture here.
Did you see the little? They're all lining up for the picture.
Yeah.
And he tells Caleb Williams to get on his mark.
I saw that.
That was funny. I love Cam. I do think he is very underrated. He's always under the radar. He never gets the big accolades. He never gets talked about as much. I see what you're saying about NFL. I don't know.
Now Cam's got to stay healthy too.
Yeah.
Again.
Everyone does. So that's a gimme for everybody.
He's kind of in that same makeup. He's hurt a lot, so you got to get healthy.
He was juggling a soccer ball.
Can I say this?
Pretty dang
no,
well.
I'm just gonna say this. I'm getting a lot of, and I get it, right? Our season relies so heavily on the health of Cam. Okay, I will agree with you completely. Cam goes down, the season changes like that. 90% of all college teams are that exact same way. We're not unique.
No.
There are maybe 5 programs in the country that have a backup that can come in and not miss that big of a step.
You think if Williams goes down for the season, that USC is going to all of a sudden have the
Penix,
same?
Nix.
No, you're right.
Look at all these teams. So I get
we're
what
all in the
they're
same
saying.
boat.
We're all in the
basically.
same boat.
You're very right.
So, but yes, I mean, he has to stay healthy. But yeah, come on.
Everyone take a breath. Wow, that was...
Okay.
I'm still shook.
Dude, you watch, man. You watch. Okay.
God.
Let's just do this then. I mean, we don't need to look. Everyone could look at the teams. the first and second, it's whatever. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's pick, excluding the Pac-12, because we'll talk about that in the upcoming weeks, what we think Utah's record's going to be and stuff like that, who's going to win, all that. But let's, at least as of right now, who do you think is going to win the other 4 major Power 5 conferences? So,
Boy,
which
that
means
is tough.
when I say win, is that regular season? That's a championship game. I think it means the championship game. I mean, who's going to come on top in the end? So let's go to the SEC.
Who's going to win their conference?
Who's going to win it and win it, however they do it?
Georgia. I don't.
Until someone beats Georgia, it's really hard to pick against them.
Georgia's schedule is a freaking cakewalk, so I don't know.
That's the thing.
Which is insane.
It is.
It's insane.
How did they pull that
How
off?
you're in the SEC and it's like you're playing just the lower team. I don't get. It's unbelievable to me, actually.
The interesting thing is, though, they got a new QB, but so does Alabama.
True.
Which is going to be a factor.
But it's their defense.
But it's in this case, I went back and forth. I thought about LSU.
Really?
You know,
I mean, I thought I was just thinking if I thought they could do it. It's not for me. It's Georgia.
Yeah.
you know, I'll take a flyer because I don't think it's Bama. Although, I mean, obviously it could be. I think it's going to be Tennessee.
Do you really?
Yeah.
That'd be sweet.
I think Tennessee has been on the up and up. They've lost a couple of games that were like, oh, why not? Why not Tennessee? I think that would be
I love it, but I don't think
fantastic.
That's a long shot.
It's
out
a long
there.
shot.
Beat Georgia.
Oh, I wouldn't put money on it.
You're blowing my mind right now.
Shut up.
Okay.
You have to watch the podcast this week to see these two. If you're listening,
Am I red?
please go to YouTube and
yelling?
watch this because it's just way more entertaining.
Big Ten.
Oh God, who did I
The interesting
choose?
thing about the Big Ten is they still have the divisions, and
I know.
they have to change it because you've got
It goes out
Michigan,
next year.
Ohio State,
Penn State,
Penn State, and then you got
everybody
all these other
else.
guys. It's not fair,
It's
man.
not fair.
The two top teams are not coming out. Are not going to play each other in the end.
You have 3 top 10 teams on one side of the bracket, and the other side maybe has one top 25 team.
Yeah.
They get rid of them next year because I tweeted that out today. And one of their fans, I believe
Do
that's
they
true.
go? I don't know. I
I
honestly.
believe that they get rid of them. That's what someone on Twitter says. So if I'm wrong, it's their fault.
Although you'll hear about it.
But they get rid of them as soon as SC and UCLA come over. They're going to do what the Pac-12 did, which I think is the way to do it. Because you're right. Otherwise, you do not get a true champion, in my opinion.
Who's going to win the Big Ten?
Michigan. I think it's going to be Michigan again.
I said Michigan also.
Yeah, I guess if I was going to do it, but honestly, I could see Penn State coming through on this
I wouldn't
because they got a new QB. So what you've got is a new QB
in Penn State.
in Penn State, but
It's going to be an upgrade.
there's a lot of great talk about the guy. I should know his name, but I forgot it. Ohio State has a new QB. They got massive receivers and a great team, but a guy hasn't been playing.
But see, that was one of the reasons I chose Michigan
Same.
is because they have the same QB coming back.
He's okay.
He's
yeah.
He's a perfect quarterback for that, where they run the ball a lot, they have a good defense, and then he does enough to win games. He doesn't screw it up. I mean,
I would choose. I'd say probably Michigan, but honestly, I could see Penn
State would be great.
Yeah.
I would be all for Penn State.
I can see either one of those 3 teams, kind of like Pac-12, where it can be either any of those 5. Big Ten, I could see any of those 3.
All right, Big 12.
Who did I say? Texas.
I'm going Texas.
Texas.
I don't want to pick Texas.
Why?
I don't like Texas.
Why?
I don't. I've never liked Texas.
Really?
I never have.
Well, I like
it's not that I
Texas.
hate them. It's not like
That's
I
good.
hate them, but it's just kind of like they're just kind of that team. That's like, we're Texas. Just like, yeah, you guys.
Okay,
won
who's
6-6
gonna win
last
it?
year? But we're Texas.
Texas.
Kansas State.
Oh, no way, man. See, this guy's
Kansas State, you're just pulling that out of your butt.
I'm sorry. Who won their conference last year?
But they're not the same team.
Kansas State did. No, they're not the same team.
They're not,
It's true. They beat
it's not gonna,
TCU.
It's Texas or Oklahoma.
Oklahoma's too shaky for me. If I had to put money, yeah, Texas, but I don't want them to win it. So,
all right, bag that. Go to ACC.
Florida State.
That's who I chose,
Florida State.
I think they are under the radar. Under the radar. They're ranked preseason like number 3.
I don't think they're.
But no one's talking
Everyone's
about
talking
them.
Clemson.
Everyone's talking Clemson. Dude, I watched some Florida State games last year. They are going to be good. Their quarterback's exciting. They're going to be good.
I hadn't realized that Clemson has won like 7 of the last 8 years.
Yeah.
I think I saw that today. Come on.
boring.
Someone else needs to. Come on, Florida
State.
State. Come on.
Come on.
Can we need to mention Harbaugh as we've been talking about Big Ten and Michigan and everything, and it just came out today that he will likely be suspended for their first 4 games because of during COVID and the no contact with recruits period. He allegedly bought them cheeseburgers, and then when
Was it cheeseburgers?
Yes.
Oh,
and then when the
Texts, though. They were
when the
texts.
investigation happened, he didn't cooperate. So they're going to suspend him for 4 games. The
NC
NCAA. Are you kidding me?
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Can you believe that?
This is I get he probably broke some rules. But the crap that's going on in college football right now with the money being thrown around and the tampering going on, and you're going to suspend a guy because he spent $10 on some
why
cheeseburgers?
I don't even think it's those reasons. Is that they're pissed off that apparently he lied to them when he was questioned. That's why they're
what
going
it is.
to give him 4. It's so stupid. It bugs me.
It is so stupid.
Everybody knows it's dumb.
Well, during that same time, SC's probably handing people bags of cash, and no one said a thing.
During the
He's
recruiting.
the only guy
I'm
that was
sure.
texting people during COVID.
Oh, yeah. Jim Harbaugh's the only coach.
And they're guys.
And their coach.
He
Now-
lied. That's why they're trying to get him.
I think they'll be okay because they play East Carolina,
I know. This is the thing.
UNLV, Bowling Green, and then Rutgers, all at home.
That's why it's being negotiated.
They're all at home.
They go home.
What kind of schedule is that?
I know.
Well, and I was reading too that suspension just means he can't be there
On the
on
game
game
day.
day,
Yeah.
but he can be there all week during practice and
It's
everything.
such-
It's so
The
ridiculous.
NCAA is the biggest joke
Such
of
a laughing stock.
Such a laughing stock. The fact that they govern college athletics, but college football specifically,
They don't
is such
though
a joke.
anymore. That's the thing. It's like you've become irrelevant, and then to pull this crap to like put yourself out there, still everyone's just laughing at you.
That's all
This
it was.
is
They were pissed
a
off that he
joke.
lied to them.
That's
Yeah.
the main.
Cheeseburgers? Are you effing kidding? It was
Cheeseburger.
Was it?
I think Harbaugh said, I can't remember. And so now they're saying you're lying. It's so dumb. Just so dumb.
People are buying players' houses.
Just
and
say you're a member
cars
of Congress. Just say I'm a member of Congress.
And
I
then-
don't remember.
and then
Okay,
go,
you're fine.
All right, move on. That's a great point.
Harbaugh, take some advice from me.
Oh,
yeah,
so
that
dumb.
one was unbelievable.
So dumb.
All right.
Should we do some comments?
Yes, we've had a lot over the last.
Chirp in on this.
Chirp.
That's a long comment right there.
Oh, I know. Okay, this is from Tony
Some
U.
epistles.
I think he's a USC guy. So, Tony,
Thanks for listening, buddy.
we love you. Where would these Uties fans be?
How did he spell it?
He spelled it Uties. Uties,
Beauties.
Cute.
darling. Be without USC. Deep down inside, these guys are from Southern Cal.
Ugh, no.
No, I like the beach, but no, we're not.
No.
The old guy.
That's you.
It must be. The old guy is
Here, do you need these?
the old guy is the pot smoking liberal. Wrong and wrong. Well, wrong.
Yeah, one of those is wrong.
One of those.
One of those is wrong. You have to guess which one.
The Valley girl in the middle.
I'm not from California, so
I don't know what that means.
I don't even. Who
Okay.
cares?
What was the insult he gave me?
And the surfer dude.
I'll take it.
I know. It's like,
That's not an insult.
I loved Valley Girls when I was in high school.
That's kind of a compliment. Thanks, buddy.
Okay, thanks.
Where? Yeah,
Thanks,
okay.
Tony.
That's okay. But now I'm not going to even mention this fool's name because he's just a troll, a local troll. Just so those who are watching on YouTube,
Oh my
you
god.
see this? That's a comment. This is a comment.
It's
And
a
what
full
it does,
page.
and I'm just going to make one bit of commentary, that if a week ago or so, I put out a public service announcement to the Big 12 that they are going to get, or they're going to experience, the most irrational nut job of a fan base that they've ever experienced.
Yeah.
And
we stand by
this,
Public service
if I were to
announcement.
read this,
You'd fall asleep.
it would prove my point, and I just reiterate what I said.
Real quick, just comments on comments. If it's not like this or shorter, no one reads it.
I read through all of that.
Well, there's
Okay,
only one
that-
or two
you're
people
insane.
that I might do that to.
Okay, Brendan, exception.
Because I respect what I'm getting from him.
Brendan, I read it. That's the exception to the rule.
Man.
Okay, Giovanni Bona.
We've had him comment before.
I really doubt that they will use Cam in the first two games. Maybe part-time, but if we can get the 2W on the first two games, and if we have a healthy full-speed Cam against the USC, I really like our chances. Well, that's not going to happen. If he's ready to play, they're not going to hold him back. That's
That's not how Whittingham does things.
no.
No, and Cam wants a
He's gonna
rematch
play.
with Florida. I guarantee he wants to play that game.
If he's healthy enough, If he's
I
healthy enough to go, he's in. If he doesn't play, it's because he's not healthy enough. It's not because they're saving them for the Pac-12.
I see the point
see the
of
point.
that, but I think he'll play
No,
if
and
he can.
if we can get the 2 wins without him, well, we're playing Florida
And Baylor.
and Baylor
on the road.
We
That's
actually
gonna
need
be
him.
hard. Yeah.
Both those games without Cam would be very challenging.
So we have Paul Mazzetta, and I believe he's an SC fan as well. Paul? It is enjoyable, the hubris of Utah Ute fans. Well, I'm glad that we can make your life a little more joyful.
Joyous.
Thank you. And joyous.
Okay.
Um,
We beat you twice. I don't know why.
Yeah, why?
this is Totten Taters.
3 times straight. So I don't know.
Yeah.
It's just so
Three?
arrogant.
Is that right? 3 in a row?
Shouldn't we
Okay, this is from Totten.
have hubris?
Does Thomas Orthodontics give you $1,000 that should be good enough for Cool Gary to wear the Euro shorts?
No.
You said you'd wear it
No,
for
no, no, no,
$1,000.
no.
Cool Gary
no,
seems
no,
like
no,
the
no,
type
no,
of
no.
guy that would do that anyway,
Yeah, actually, that's true.
even without a pay. That is not true.
Gary doesn't
I
need
need
money.
1,000. I need $1,000 before I put on. I need
$1,000.
$1,000 before I'm going to put on some
No.
Speedos or a Euro suit.
First of all-
and run across.
You just
The
put
pool.
You put the
No, I
shades
appreciate
on.
I appreciate the confidence.
You put the shades on. No one knows it's you, and that's
Now,
that's what he's saying.
I gotta
Cool
admit
Gary.
though, I put on a big freaking beach hat. You know, the big massive ones,
Yeah.
like you get in Hawaii. My shades and a Speedo, and just
Don't do it.
busted
That's-
across Cottonwood Heights pool.
Do it.
Walk around.
The pool.
$1,000 though.
The pool would empty. Okay.
No, it wouldn't, man. The chicks would dig it.
No. Yeah, I'm sure they would.
They'd be going.
$1,000. If somebody said to you, "I'll get paid $250," you wouldn't do it.
No way, man.
Gosh.
I need $1,000.
I don't know. Make him an offer. Let's see. Somebody make him an offer. Let's
Don't.
see how high he'll
Nobody
go.
give him anything. Don't feed
Okay,
this.
okay. Now seriously. You see this?
Yeah, look at this comment. I know.
Who is it from?
I'm not.
Oh, you're not going to dignify
Paul
it?
M.
This is a page and a half.
Paul M.
I legit can't read that.
Okay, Paul M.
I'm not even.
I tried to read
attention
it.
Span
My
is just
I don't really
gone.
give a
Man.
crap what you said. It's a waste of my time. I don't know. Sorry, dude.
Let me see this.
It was hard to follow. I don't know. He was talking about
All the money,
Media
all the
deals
stuff.
and
He was
money
getting
and-
on us because I think, you know.
Hey, Paul. Podcast is one word.
he's gonna find all the typos. Okay, moving on.
Okay, this Steve, Searle.
Hey, I like Steve Searle.
Yeah.
Caleb Williams is straight up getting drafted to the Raiders.
Don't do that, dude.
Okay, ban him. Block him from all the sites.
Hey,
Blocked.
I
Searle, you're out.
guess what?
I'd take it.
Guess
in a
what?
heartbeat.
I would take him.
McDaniels
I would take
as
it.
coach, and Williams is...
No. You got to fire McDaniels.
Okay,
That's
I can maybe
step
handle that.
one.
I would
You
take
fire
Williams over Garoppolo.
But I
Yes.
thought you'd like
I'd
Jimmy
even
G
have to
because you get to
suck
look
that
at
up.
him.
Jimmy G is so good to
He's
look
gonna be
at,
hurt in
but
2
he's
games in.
garbage.
Okay,
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
this is from Mr. Bryant.
Man, that is a long
We,
call.
again, another USC fan. It's nonsense. Another USC fan. We are living rent-free.
That is the dumbest expression.
Fight on.
We have beat you.
Believe me.
3 times in a row.
3 in a row, man.
Including the Pac-12 championship game. Rent free. That is the most lazy of any.
Believe me, it's not.
It's so lazy. We live in your head rent free. Who's the guy commenting on the Utah Football Fans podcast after we beat you 3 times in a row?
well, what are we supposed to
Okay.
do?
What?
Not talk about you? I'm like, it's
Here's what's
Pac-12.
going on in my mind.
Okay.
I'm replaying in my mind Cam Rising running into the end zone at the end of the game and beating you in Rice Eccles.
Yep.
I
was there for
playing
that.
in my mind when we were down, 17-3 or something?
Rent
And we
free.
came back and blew you out in the championship game. That's in my mind.
Rent free. It's such a lazy
Think about that.
insult. Live in your head.
All I do is think about USC all day long.
I do too. And it makes me smile because last year was very enjoyable.
Well, I like this name. Matthew Maximus.
Ooh, yeah.
Good
I
one.
think he's an Oregon fan, if I recall. This is a fun pod.
Thank you. Next.
I much rather listen to y'all than the guys on the Voice of College Football Pac-12 channel.
Thank you.
Thank
You know
you.
what? He's right.
He's right. Everybody, come on. It's like sitting
We're
around
so much better.
chatting, talking.
Although I do like Yogi Roth. Yogi, come on the podcast, please. Uh-oh.
Oh,
Who's this from?
got cool Gary
Cool.
back.
He just has
Royal Summit, Inc.
Okay.
Larry, love your sunglasses.
Larry.
Okay. It's Gary with 1 R.
No.
Gary.
It's now Cool Guy Larry.
Cool
His
Guy
persona
Larry.
is Cool Guy Larry.
Yes.
That's it. Cool Guy Larry.
But the glasses are sweet, man.
That is a good one. Cool guy Larry.
Cool Guy Larry.
I think we're down to the last.
So stupid.
And this is from Gil Lawson. I'm pulling for you guys to beat those nasty Florida Gators.
I think
Right on.
99% of the country.
Right on, right on. We're going to do it.
So are we.
What are we now? 39 days? Is that what we're at? No, 40.
So-
what are we
Oh,
at? 40 something
really?
days? 40 days? I don't know. It all blends together.
Wow. Is that it's exciting. It's coming fast.
It's 5
It's
almost
gonna come
5
so
weeks
fast.
essentially. 5 weeks.
I do have something to say.
Here we go.
Oh,
Say it.
she's retiring from the podcast.
Is the
Finally.
No. This is weird to me. I softened a tiny bit on Caleb Williams. Do you want to know why? No, I'm done. Oh, James is leaving.
Can't do this.
This is so weird. I don't know. You don't want to hear why?
What is? Oh, okay.
He's
just-
walked off. He's walked off. He admitted to John Canzano that painting his fingernails was probably not the best idea last year. And so I softened a tiny bit because I've been waiting for him to like admit that he maybe shouldn't have done that last year. And he did. And my hatred just went down a tiny bit. I'm just saying, I had to confess that. I just had to confess it.
Okay, let's move on.
You've been This is a confessional booth now.
Yeah, I feel so much better.
Maybe Cowherd was right. Maybe he's not arrogant.
Maybe Calhoun was
Narcissistic.
right. Oh my gosh.
Brian, I'm so
Maybe
disappointed
all
in
these
you.
USC fans were right.
No, it still shows what kind of person he is when you F Utah on your fingernails.
We'll see what he does this year. I mean, he might have said that and then he's still going to do it. But
I respect it.
I liked that. That's all I've ever wanted from Caleb is to give more respect to us, and then I will give it back in return. That's all I've ever wanted.
You think he would come on the podcast?
Hey, let's. Mr. Producer, 2 people. We need Caleb on the podcast, and we're still waiting to get Reggie Bush for Brynn.
You know, I haven't DM'd
Please.
him yet.
Yeah, would you DM
I'm sure
Reggie?
his DMs are not open.
We'll give him 10 minutes. Hey, SC
Reggie
fans,
Bush.
get Reggie on the program.
That'd be amazing.
You can do it.
Our buddy Greg Bird sent us a picture of him hanging out with Reggie Bush. He met him.
You should have.
Why didn't you get him on the podcast?
What would I do
Bird,
to
ban
meet
him now.
to meet Reggie Bush? I don't know. My
Brynn,
my birthday's
what?
coming up next month. I mean, like, what would I do? I don't know. We're not gonna.
don't wanna
We're not
know.
gonna go
We're
there.
not going to go there. Jesse, change the channel quickly.
Jesse knows.
All right, well, there we go.
Jesse knows.
Any final words of wisdom? Brynn just
I don't know
confessed
who
her
this
sins.
is.
Confess.
I don't know who this is.
All right, well,
5 weeks.
It's coming up. Please subscribe. Pass it along. Pass it along. Follow us on all the sites. We do like your comments and opinions,
We
but
do.
keep it. I mean, seriously, we don't need epistles. Brandon,
We
Brandon,
like the
it's okay,
comments,
'cause
please.
we know you know what you're talking about.
Give us all the comments.
All right.
Go
anyway,
Utes.
go Utes. Let's do it.
Cool guy Larry. Checking in.
Cool guy Larry.
No.